Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to start practice set 2.2. In the previous class, we have seen how to convert decimal numbers into fraction, that is rational form. Okay, that is P upon Q form. Now today we are going to complete practice set 2.2. Okay, so let us see that. Okay students, let us move forward and see what we are going to do today. First thing which you should know, what is natural number, what is whole number, what is integer, what is rational number and what is real number. Natural number is what? Those numbers which are starting from 1, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Whole numbers starting from 0, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So obviously natural number is smaller than whole numbers, that is natural number is subset of whole number. Similarly, integers, all negative numbers, positive numbers and 0. So this is bigger than whole number. Then what is rational number? Those numbers which can be expressed in the form of P upon Q, that is numerator upon denominator. And remember, your denominator cannot be 0. Then only you will call that number as rational number. So you can clearly see that rational numbers are bigger than integers and all the integers are rationals. Remember. Then what? Real number is bigger than rational number, and basically real number includes rational as well as irrational. Now what is the meaning of irrational number? Irrational numbers are those numbers which are not rational. And remember, if you are knowing what is rational, then you can easily identify whether it is irrational or rational. So rational means, remember, your numbers should be in the form of P upon Q, that is numerator upon denominator, where numerator is integer, denominator is also integer, and remember, your denominator cannot be 0. That is the definition of rational number which I have given you. Okay, so remember, rational number, numerator upon denominator and denominator cannot be 0. Now we are going to do our practice set 2.2. Already I have solved questions. Now see how to solve this. Okay, your first question is what? You need to prove that 4 root 2 is an irrational number. Now see, what is 4? 4 is an integer, but root 2 is irrational number. See, square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2, square root of 9 is 3, but we don't know square root of 2. So these kind of numbers are irrational. So root 2 is already irrational, that we know. But here what is the question? 4 is multiplied with root 2. So now we need to identify whether this is rational or irrational. So in this case we need to prove, that means it is irrational, that you have to show. So for this we are going in reverse way, that is we are considering opposite of that. So let us imagine or suppose ki 4 root 2 is a rational. We need to prove it is irrational, but we are considering it as rational number. Now see, 4 root 2 is rational, that means we can express it as numerator upon denominator, where denominator is not 0. So instead of using a and b, you can use p and q also. So a upon b, where denominator b is not 0, a and b are integers. Okay, now in the next step what I did, you have to transfer this 4. Now see, this 4 is in the numerator, so whenever you are transferring your numerator, it comes in the denominator. So 4 is in multiplication form, transfer means it comes in the denominator. So in the next step we got root 2 is equal to a upon 4b. Okay students, now you see your RHS first. What is a? Integer. What is b? Integer. See here, I have written already. So a is integer, b is integer and 4 is also integer. So a, b and 4 all are integers, and integers are rationals, that you can see here. all the integers are basically what? Rational numbers. So what I can say, A, B, 4 all are rational. So your RHS is a rational number, right? RHS is a rational number. Now if your RHS is a rational number, that means your LHS should be rational. But already I have told you root 2 is not a rational number, that is irrational. So that is what I have written here. But LHS is an irrational number. So in this case you got contradiction, because RHS is a rational but LHS is irrational. So this is contradiction, that is fallacy you can say. So you got your statement wrong. Why? Because you have considered wrong statement. That is, you have considered 4 root 2 is a rational number, but it is irrational. So that is why we have written this. Therefore our assumption that 4 root 2 is a rational number is wrong, and hence we can conclude that 4 root 2 is an irrational number. Okay students, so this way you are going to prove next question also, that is same type. You can see your question is 3 plus root 5 is an irrational number. Now again we are going to follow same method, that is we are considering that 3 plus root 5 is a rational number. So it is rational, that means we can express it in the form of a upon b, where b cannot be 0, a and b are integers. Now in the next step what I did, I have transferred this 3 from LHS to RHS. So this 3 is positive, if you transfer it becomes negative. So finally you got this. Now see your RHS again, A, B and 3 all are what? Rationals. Why rationals? Because these are all integers and all integers are rational. So that is why these all are rationals. Therefore we can say that RHS is a rational number, but my LHS is irrational because root 5 is also irrational. Okay, so again we got contradiction, that is contradictory. So our assumption that 3 plus root 5 is a rational number is wrong, and hence we can conclude that 3 plus root 5 is an irrational number. Okay students, understood? See, we have followed same method, same way, just like we did first one, same way we did second one. Only there is small difference, that is here you can see in previous one we have transferred this 4 and it comes in the denominator, but in this case we have transferred this 3 from LHS to RHS and becomes minus 3, because this is 3 plus, so transfer gives you 3 minus, that is minus 3. Okay, okay students, now let us see our next question, that is question number 3. Now in question number 3, what is the question first? Represent root 5 and root 10 on number line. First thing is, what is number line? So basically number line is a line in which numbers are written, okay, by using points. Okay students, so you got idea about what is number line, right? Now see, I have already drawn a number line which you can see here. This is your line, and by using some points you can see first how to select points. You have to draw a line by using your scale, and after that see you need to take 3 distance. Okay, see, first marking is at 3, then next marking is at 6, then next marking is at 9, then next marking is at 12, then 18, then 15, then 18. Okay, so what I did, I have taken 3 centimeter distance so that my number line looks proper. Okay, so remember you need to take 3 centimeter distance. Then what I did, I have numbered those numbers. Okay, so started from 0, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have taken one negative number also, that is minus 1. Okay, this much is enough. Now see, already I have told you that square root of 4 is 2, that you know, and square root of 9 is 3. Now see, your numbers are like this: root 1, root 2, root 3, root 4, root 5, root 6, root 7, root 8, root 9, and then root 10. Now in this pattern you can easily understand that root 5 comes after root 4. Similarly, your root 10 will come after root 9. That means your root 5 will be just after 2 and your root 10 will be just after 3. Okay, so that is why what you are going to do, first you are going to use your protector, or you can say D, and draw 90 degree or make 90 degree at 2 as well as at point 3. So remember what you need to do, you need to make 90 degree here. Okay, so for that purpose you are going to use your D. Okay, that I am expecting that you should be able to draw this. Okay, so first you are going to make 90 degree over here. If you are done with that, then in the next step what you are going to do, you are going to take this distance in your rounder. Use your rounder, take this distance, any distance, because all are 3 centimeter, that you know. Take this distance and use your rounder and cut here. Same way, use your rounder and cut here. Which distance? This distance you need to select. Select this distance and use your rounder and cut it like this. Okay, at 2 as well as at 3. Okay, if you have done with this, then finally what you are going to do, you are going to keep your rounder at 0 and take this distance where you cut the line and draw this line and also draw this arc. Okay, again I am repeating, keep your rounder at 0 and take this distance which you have already cut and then draw this and also draw this. So if you make this arc by using your rounder, then this becomes your root 5, that is after 2, and this becomes your root 10, that is after 3. Okay, and then finally you have to join these lines by using scale. Now students, let us see last question, question number 4. Now what is your question number 4? Write any 3 rational number between 0.3 and minus 0.5. Okay, now forget this 0 point. Then what is the number? This is 3 and this is minus 5. Now in between 3 and minus 5 there are many numbers, right? So I am considering only those numbers. Okay, so you know, first there is 0, then 1 2 3 4 5 is there, 6 7 8 9 like that, and before that you know minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 5, these kind of numbers are there. But in case of point, same pattern is there. Okay, now see, 0.3, before that you can have 0.2, before that you can have 0.1, before that 0 is there, then minus 0.1, minus 0.2, minus 0.3, minus 0.4, and then minus 0.5. Okay, so I have written those numbers only, that is minus 0.4, minus 0.3, minus 0.2, minus 0.1, 0, 0.1, 0.2. You have to write any 3 rational number. Okay, in fact there are infinitely many numbers. If you want to show me, then I will tell you. See, 0.3 is basically what? You can add as many zeros as you want. Similarly for minus 0.5, you can add as many zeros as you want. So basically this is 3000. This is what? 50,000. So in between there are many numbers, or you can add any other zeros. So again you can have many numbers. So in this way there are many possibilities. Okay, clear with this? Got my point now? Between any 2 rational numbers there are infinitely many rational numbers possible. And how to make numbers? What you need to do? You need to add zeros to the right of the point, and that you know, if you have added point, that means you can add any numbers of zeros after the point. So that is what we need to follow here. Okay, so in this example I have not considered any zeros after the point, but in After this we are considering 0. You can see your second example. See, minus 2.3 can be written as minus 2.300. Minus 2.33 can be written as minus 2.330. So this becomes 300 and this becomes 330. And you know, after 300 and before 330 there are 29 numbers. That is 301, 302, 303, like that. So that is what I have written. Minus 2 point is already there. After that 301, 302, 303, 304 and so on. So if you want, in this example you can have here 3000, here 3300. Then you are having again 3300 numbers. So in this way you can have many numbers. Same way here also you can see 5.20, 5.30. So rational numbers between these two, 20 and 3 ones, 30. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 and so on. So in exam, if it is asked, you need to write only 3 rational numbers, that's it. Okay, got my point? Now fourth one will be homework for you. How to do this? Take 10 after this and 10 after this, and you can have minus 4.51, minus 4.52 and so on. That you will do. That will be your homework. Okay, and please, after drawing this diagram, send me the pics, because I want to see how you have drawn the diagram. And if there is any difficulty, please see the video again and follow the method. Okay, thank you.